Hey everyone, thanks for watching here on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. I'm Dan Fetes outside Highmark Stadium as the Bills wrapped up practice here on Wednesday. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it as this channel continues to grow and provide you daily content. So, interesting week, I'd say. And I'd probably be lying. Look, the Bills are 17-point favorites this Sunday against the Houston Texans. So there isn't a whole lot to break down. You know, Davis Mills for the Texans is starting his second career game. David Culley was a former quarterbacks coach here. He was Josh Allen's first quarterbacks coach. He's now the head coach of the Texans. Look, none of this game comes out looking as sexy as the Bills coming off a massive performance against the Washington football team. So what is it like now when we've talked before about the Bills being the hunted? And being 17-point favorites is rare. This is only the 7th time over the last 40 years that a team has been favored by at least 17 points in the first 4 weeks of a season. This is rare air. Now, all 6 of those teams have won. 4 out of those 6 teams have covered. And we asked Sean McDermott and Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs what it's like to try and handle being a massive favorite. Look, 17 points is a lot in the NFL, and you'll hear all the cliches about, well, the other team gets paid to play too, and that's true. But look, the Bills are just a much better team than the Houston Texans, and I can't sit here and try and break down what Lovie Smith's going to try and do on defense or what David Culley's going to try and draw up for Davis Mills. This is just the fact of the Bills not looking ahead and trying not to buy into their hype. Sean McDermott was asked if their experience some of the last few times of being a big underdog. 2 years ago, they were massive favorites. They were 17-point favorites against Miami, and they trailed in the second half of that game. That was Ryan Fitzpatrick game. And Sean McDermott said, yeah, because if you don't prepare, you'll get your butt kicked. He didn't say but. So this is one of those examples of not buying into the hype. This is one of those weeks where the Bills have to focus as much possible as they can of blocking out the noise from outside because everybody believes that the Bills will win this game, and the Bills should win this game. But that's not always what happens. Look, back in 2018, Josh Allen was a rookie. The Bills were 16.5-point underdogs. Josh was making his first career road start, and they went into Minnesota and beat the Vikings by 21 points. Stephon Diggs was on that team, and I told him today that they were 17-point favorites. And before I could get the rest of the question out, Stephon Diggs said, I hate it, but go on. And I said, what? And he goes, I hate it, but go on. And I went on to tell him that he was a part of that team. And I said, I know it's cliche, but is that why they say, you know, any given Sunday? And he said, yeah. And he goes, he's been on a lot of teams where teams were supposed to win, and they didn't. And he also referenced back to the Pittsburgh game. And he goes, we've already been humbled. He goes, not to say that Pittsburgh's a bad team. He goes, they're a great team and all that stuff. But he goes, we were expected to win, and we didn't play well. And that's what happens. Josh Allen says it doesn't matter how many points you give somebody, how many points they're getting or giving. When the pads come on and adrenaline starts flowing, the Bills won't be thinking about being 17-point favorites. Now, they may be thinking that they are the better team, but that is a far cry from actually putting it up on the scoreboard. And another stat that I wanted to bring up, as Josh Allen was obviously named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week this week for his 350-yard, 4-touchdown, and a rushing touchdown performance. The Bills, if they get to 30 points, is a huge number under Sean McDermott. The Bills have scored 17, have had 17 games where the Bills have scored 30 points or more. In those games, under Sean McDermott since 2017, the Bills are 16-1. Their only loss, the Hail Murray in Arizona last season. Look, when this offense is rolling and this defense is playing as well as they are now, 30 points is kind of that marker to know if they get there, they're going to win the game. So while we can talk about Davis Mills and what Lovie Smith's going to try and do and force turnovers, this is all about the Bills, in my eyes, closing their ears to the hype. Look, now a lot of people are saying that the Bills are once again the best team in the NFL after shaking off that bad start against the Steelers. And I think that this is what we've talked about. Look, we weren't asking a whole bunch of questions today at medias about what are they trying to do and how is Josh playing and all of those things. This is simply a go to work, beat the snot out of the Texans like you're supposed to, and then move on to Kansas City. When asked if this could possibly be a trap game, because the following week the Bills will head to Kansas City for a Sunday night game in a rematch against the Chiefs, Josh said, I didn't know who we were playing next, and that he's just focused on the Houston Texans. And all of those things are great if you continue to keep your ears closed. Look, I know this is 17 points is just such a massive spread, and it's just the entire world thinks the Bills will come in and win. The Bills have been on that flip side. This is the same core with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer where they have fed off being underdogs. They are now the massive favorites in a game at home that they need to take care of business. So interesting things. Sean McDermott, again, cursing today. Not something we normally see. Jordan Poyer, just doing some other notes to wrap up this video. Jordan Poyer, day-to-day with his ankle injury. He was not seen on the practice field today, but he was jumping all around the field after their win against Washington on Sunday, so I think he will be fine to go. Look, the offense now is playing like they're supposed to. Talk about rhythm. They got into that. Can they continue this rhythm against the Houston Texans? Because this is kind of just a warm-up for the Kansas City Chiefs coming up in 2 weeks. Not this week, next week. They should win. They should win big. They just have to continue to focus. It's tough. 17 points is a lot in the NFL, and as the old cliche is, they get paid on the other side too. That is how the Bills are handling it. We'll have more coverage throughout the entire week as we lead up to the Bills and the Texans, the marquee matchup of the week. It's not. But please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Dan Fetes outside Highmark Stadium. Thanks for watching.